this video, we'll show you how we prep and grow organic vegetables from food scraps in our front yard farm. Did you know that many things that most people discard as kitchen scraps can be turned into more good food in a second harvest? It's true. Many of the fresh foods we purchase can have a second life, where we control the quality, ripeness, and even save money too. Hi, it's Connie, and welcome to our front yard farm, or as most of our neighbors know it, Oliver's Garden, where Oliver, my trusted assistant, and I share our journey from growing organic vegetables on which was once our simple front lawn, but now it's transformed into a bountiful, raised bed garden. There are a few reasons why we pulled out the grass. Southern California is in a multi-year drought, and we wanted to use our water more wisely. Second, no one can deny that food is getting more and more expensive, especially fresh food and herbs. We're passionate gardeners who believe that growing our own food and catnip is not only rewarding, but also beneficial to our health, the environment, and your own self-sufficiency and food independence. Plus, extra food in the pantry saves a lot of money. I know we all have occasionally forgotten things in the back of the refrigerator. Sometimes things like lettuce, onions, potatoes, they look a little too far gone to eat. A little iffy, and we'd rather not take the chance. And then you start thinking about how much money did that cost? Even after years of trying to do better, it still happens. So a few years ago, we started looking into how we could give these discards a second chance. How could we grow and regrow some of our favorite fresh vegetables and herbs? Putting in raised beds made a lot of sense. We could create a second harvest and reduce food waste to nearly zero. All the peels, skins, eggshells, tea, coffee grounds, and any uncooked foods that came from the kitchen could create compost. Even brown paper bags and cardboard delivery boxes could add to the biome in our garden. Plastic bottles could be reused in hot months as localized drip irrigation. So let's get started. Romaine lettuce is about the easiest plant to propagate. We just chop off probably about 2 inches or 3 inches from the bottom. You're not wasting food. 2 inches probably enough. And then the bottom has this little scab on it, so it's kind of like a callus. We're going to peel a little bit of that off. What we're doing is clearing off the channels so that the water can flow up through the leaves and make new leaves. Plants like celery, lettuce, and onions have roots in a ring. You'll see the ring where the roots are, especially in the cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, bok choy, and cauliflower. So if you clear out the edges of that ring, it will take up water more quickly. Honestly, you can almost put it right into the soil. A lot of times that's exactly what we do. We just put it right into the soil. The amount I cut off just hits the top of the glass. And we'll keep an eye on it every day to check it. We're going to treat it like fresh flowers. So if it looks brown in the bottom of the glass, rinse the water out, put fresh water in. I've tried putting toothpicks in, and what I found that it doesn't work as well. But what we're trying to do is have these little roots grow off the bottom of the plant. And you can see this is after 1 day, it's starting to grow. And that's what we want to see. So little roots start to sprout out of the bottom, and then that will give you the leaves that you want to see. And this is what it looks like after 3 days. And this is what it looks like after 2 weeks. Kind of in the same family is cabbage. Now cabbage is really unique. And the leaves are all balled up. So sometimes it's really hard to know if the cabbage is going to take or not. but don't cut the centerpiece. Cut on the sides, cut around it, and kind of leave the hard pieces that we wouldn't eat anyway, that are difficult to eat. So slice around it. This is what the cabbage I planted looks like after 4 days. This is what I like making with cabbage. This is about a week and a half. Broccoli we treat in the same way as we do some of the others. Now with broccoli, you'll see in the store that you'll find crowns and you'll find stalks. This is a crown. It doesn't really work very well. It's great for eating. Stalks, this is from a stalk, and this is in 2 days. Sometimes I put these directly into the garden, and you'll see how they are starting to sprout on the side. We'll get some great broccolinis from these. So what you're going to see first is a lot of leaves, and then you'll start getting the side shoots. They'll never be as big as the original, but they are tender and they're very delicious. Sometimes I let them go to seed so that I can grab seeds for next season. It is a lot less expensive than buying seeds, and you've never tasted wonderful broccoli soup until you've grown it yourself. Now cauliflower we're going to cut the same way we would cabbage. We're going to leave the center stalk. Cut around the edges, take the flowers off like you would broccoli. Now this has been in the garden for a couple of days. I don't know if it's going to take or not. We'll find out. Cauliflower is a versatile vegetable, so it's definitely worth growing. Now bok choy rounds out this family of vegetables, and we treat it very much like we did the romaine lettuce. Leave ½ inch of bok choy. Thank you for joining us. Please like and subscribe so we can keep creating free content on YouTube. Thank you from Oliver's Garden.